Hi students, have a nice day. Today we are going to learn about ninth chemistry. The topic name is acids, bases and salts part 1. Before we enter into the topic, we must learn introduction. Already we know that the physical world around us is made up of large number of chemicals. Soil, air, water, all the life forms and the materials that they use are all consist of chemicals. Out of such chemicals, acids, bases, and salts are mostly used in everyday life. In this lesson, let us discuss about the properties of acid, base, and salts. Look at the pictures of some of the material used in our daily life. All these edible items taste similar, that is, sour. What causes them to taste sour? A certain type of chemical compounds present in them gives sour taste. These are called acids. For example of acids, lemon juice, orange juice, vinegar, curd and amla. All these items are tasting similar, that is bitter taste. For example of bases, baking soda, bitter curd, cucumber, green vegetables, etc. Now let's learn about sources of acid. For example, malic acid is present in apple and citric acid is present in lemon and tartaric acid is present in grape and oxalic acid is present in tomato and acetic acid is present in vinegar, lactic acid present in curd and ascorbic acid is present in orange and hydrochloric acid is present in stomach juice and formic acid is present in ant and bee. According to Arrhenius theory, an acid is a substance which furnishes H plus ion or H3O plus ion in aqueous solution. They contain one or more replaceable hydrogen atoms. For example, when hydrogen chloride is dissolved in water, it gives H plus and Cl minus ions in water. What happens to an acid or base in water? Do acid produce ions only in aqueous solution? Hydrogen ion in HCl are produced in the presence of water. The separation of H plus ions from HCl molecule cannot occur in the absence of water. HCl plus H2O gives H3O plus Cl minus. Here, hydrogen ions cannot exist alone, but they exist in combined state with water molecules. Thus, hydrogen ions must always be H plus ion or hydronium ion, that means H3O plus ion. H plus H2O gives H3O plus ion. Next, let's learn about classification of acid. Acids are classified in 4 types. First one based on their sources, based on their basicity, and third one based on their concentration, and fourth one based on ionization. First we learn about based on their sources. Organic acid. Acid present in plants and animals are organic acids. For example, formic acid and acetic acid. And another one type, inorganic acid. Acid prepared from rocks and minerals are inorganic acids or mineral acid. For example, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Next we move to based on their basicity. Acid that contain only one replaceable hydrogen atom per molecule is called monobasic acid. For example, hydrochloric acid and HNO3, nitric acid. Next, an acid which gives 2 hydrogen ion per molecule of the acid in solution. For example, sulfuric acid, that means H2SO4 and H2CO3, carbonic acid. An acid which gives 3 hydrogen ions per molecule of the acid in solution. For example, H3PO4. Next we move to based on ionization. Acid get ionized in water, that means produced H plus ions completely or partially. Based on the extent of ionization, acids are classified as strong acid and weak acid. So, for example, hydrochloric acid ion is completely in water, so that is called strong acid. And next one, acetic acid ion is partially in water, so that is called weak acid. Hydrochloric acid means HCl and Acetic acid means CH3COOH. Now let's learn about based on concentration. It has relatively large amount of acid dissolved in solvent, that is called concentrated acid, and another one, it has relatively smaller amount of acid dissolved in water, that is called dilute acid. Now let's learn about properties of acid. They have short taste. Their aqueous solution conduct electricity since they contain ions. Acid turns blue litmus to red color. Acid react with active metals to give hydrogen gas. Acid react with metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate to give carbon dioxide gas. Acid react with metallic oxide to give salt and water. Acid react with bases to give salt and water. Now let's learn about uses of acid. Sulfuric acid is called king of chemicals because it is used in the preparation of many other compounds. It is used in car batteries also. And second one, hydrochloric acid is used as a cleaning agent in toilet. And third one, citric acid is used in the preparation of effervescent salts and as a food preservative. And nitric acid is used in manufacture of fertilizers, dyes and drugs. And oxalic acid is used to clean iron and manganese deposit from quartz crystal. It is also used to bleach for wood and removing black stains. Carbonic acid is used in aerated drinks, and tartaric acid is used constituent of baking powder. Next, let's learn about aquagia. Already we know that metals like gold and silver are not react with either hydrochloric or nitric acid, but the mixture of these two acids can dissolve gold. This mixture is called aquagia. It is a mixture of hydrochloric acid and nitric acid prepared optimally in a molar ratio of 3:1. It is a yellow-orange fuming liquid. It is a highly corrosive liquid able to attack gold and other substances. Aquagia is used chiefly to dissolve metals such as gold and platinum, and aquagia is used for cleaning and refining gold. Next we move to bases. According to Arrhenius theory, bases are substances that ionize in water to form hydroxyl ion, that means OH minus. There are some metal oxides which give salt and water on reaction with acid. These are also called bases. Bases that are soluble in water are called alkalis. A basis reacts with an acid to give salt and water only. For example, baking soda, NaOH, that means sodium hydroxide, floor cleaner, window cleaner. Base is react with metal to form salt and hydrogen, and base is reacted with acid to form salt and water. For example, zinc oxide is reacted with hydrochloric acid to give the salt of zinc chloride and water molecule. Next we move to classification of bases on the basis of strength, and second one on the basis of concentration, and third one on the basis of acidity of base. First we learn about based on concentration. Bases that ionize in water completely are said to be strong bases. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and lithium hydroxide. And second one, bases that ionize in water partially are called weak bases. For example, ferric hydroxide and aluminum hydroxide. Next we move to based on acidity. There are three types of acidity in the bases. First one monoacidic base, and second one diacidic base, and third one triacidic base. It is a base that ionizes in water to give one hydroxide ion per molecule, that is called monoacidic base. For example, sodium hydroxide. And second one, it is a base that ionizes in water to give two hydroxide ions per molecule, that is called diacidic base. For example, calcium hydroxide. And third one, it is a base that ionizes in water to give three hydroxide ions per molecule, that is called triacidic base. For example, aluminum hydroxide. Now let's learn about based on ionization. Potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide are bases which ionize completely in aqueous solution. That is called strong bases. And next one, ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide are bases that ionize partially in aqueous solution. That is called weak bases. Next we move to properties of bases. They have bitter taste and their aqueous solution have soapy touch. And third one, they turn red litmus paper to blue color. And fourth one, their aqueous solution conduct electricity. And for fifth one, bases react with metals to form salt and liberation of hydrogen gas. Now let's learn about uses of bases. Sodium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of soap and calcium hydroxide is used in whitewashing of building. And third one, magnesium hydroxide is used as a medicine for stomach disorder. And last one, ammonium hydroxide is used to remove grease stains from clothes. Next we learn about test for acid and base. Test with a litmus paper. An acid turns blue litmus paper into red and a base turns red litmus paper into blue. Next, test with an indicator phenolphthalein. In acid medium, phenolphthalein is colorless. In basic medium, phenolphthalein is pink in color. For the next video, we will learn about properties of salt.